come up. You gotta come up. There you go. Trupataziyar Banzabalawan Ban Yashala. Yahbashim Shamakta.
Laya Shrala.
Laya Shala.
Take the thing out. You get that?
We show what the dog Joe yesterday.
I see what you do. All right, hold on this side. There we go. All right. With that, Amadium, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn. Upanya Hakwadam, which means that we're going to turn and face the east. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the ancient Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Malakaka. Sabbath. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kuwa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Ladalana. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalakna. Kabawafna. Kasalakna. Kabawafna. Wala'a. Tabi'ai now. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashai now. Mayan. Right. Hayah. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'ataparat. I will love you. Aman.
Now we'll do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Next up, we have the power prayer. Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahweh Shai. Babakusha. Dalanawa. Bakah. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makalak. Kal Madawa. Bakah. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Bakah. Lahakrium. Hamathium. Bakah. Al Rochawat. Hatama'ala. Lagarasham. Ahasham. Yahushai. The water. Aman.
I'm going to do the power prayer in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Next, we have the blessing prayer. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Yahweh.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Yah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Alawakium.
Ha Alawakim.
Hasaranyum.
Hasaranyim.
Hakwatazayanyum.
Akotazayanyim.
Hakaya Yalyum.
Akal Yahyim.
Wa Akwathian.
Wa Akwakim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'asham.
Ba'asham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Water.
Water.
Come on.
Amen. Now we're going to do the Isupk blessing prayer in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officer.
The officers.
The trooper.
The trooper.
And the sister.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Next we have Psalm chapter 121. Ashab.
Ashab.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azariah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashab.
Ashab.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashad.
Yayashad.
Shawabar.
Shawabar.
Yasha'al.
Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarah.
Wayarah.
Balayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makalarai.
Makalarai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Asnipashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaatka.
Tazaatka.
Wabawaaka.
Wabawaaka.
Ma'atha.
Ma'atha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Iwalam.
I will love you. Now we're going to do the Psalm 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Yahshua.
He that keepeth Yahshua.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
Even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Now we have Psalm chapter 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah. Lakah.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Thacharash.
Al-Thacharash.
Al-Thashaqat.
Al-Thashaqat.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayabyaka.
Al-Yabyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Imaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Yahayamah.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Ya'ay Tazawa.
Ya'ay Tazawa.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakach Yadam.
Wanakach Yadam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharala.
Sham Yasharala.
Iwadah.
Iwadah.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'ay Tazawa.
Nawa'ay Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yachadwa.
Yachadwa.
Aliyaka.
Aliyaka.
Baryat.
Baryat.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamayala.
Wayashamayala.
Yam Mawa'aba.
Yam Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Halashad.
Halashad.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Lahab.
Aisha Lahab.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasaya Sara'a.
Kasaya Sara'a.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Banakab.
Banaham.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan.
Ba'ayan.
Da'ara.
Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayathamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nadab.
Nadab.
Yabmawa.
Yabawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazaaba,
Wakazaaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakatazamanai,
Wakatazalmanai,
Kau Nasaya Kamwa,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amaro,
Nayar Shah,
Nair Shah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Na'awa,
Naawa,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shaya Thamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Raha,
Raha,
Ka'ash,
Kaash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Thalahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Kantaradapna, Basairaka,
Wasairika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapatka,
Babahalam,
Kabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahau,
Yahau,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Hayatha,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahau,
Yahau,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Alkaha,
Alkaha,
Ratiza.
Ratiza. I'm going to do Psalm 83 in English. It hurt your throat, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Instance.
Psalm 83, Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still,
O God.
O God.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted.
And consulted
Against thy hidden one.
against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Yashala
That the name of Yashala
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
So they have consulted together.
They have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
Of Moab.
of Moab
And the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes,
Gebal.
Gebal
And Ammon.
and Ammon
And Amalek.
and Amalek,
The
the
Philistines.
Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur has also joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
As the brick of Kassan.
at the brook of Kisan,
Which perished in Endor.
which perished in Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb.
like Oreb
And like Zeeb.
and like Zeeb.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes of
all
Zabah.
the princes of Zabah
And Azalmunah.
and Azalmunah,
Who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of God in possession.
the house of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As stubble before the wind.
and stubble before the wind,
As fire burneth the wood.
as fire burneth the wood,
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
And make them
and
afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
that they seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh,
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Now, Sarah, please return.
You dying too?
All right, Mashabia. Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah. My bad. There you go. I'm gonna hold it forever. All right.
Go ahead.
All right, that's what. With that, go ahead, Mashabia. This means to sit. Everybody have a seat. Shalom, Yasha Allah. Of course, this is a Sabbath service. Isupk San Antonio's Sabbath service, where we go back into the Old Testament and read at the ancient Hebrew in the Torah. We've been doing this for quite some time now. How long has it been? 1 or 2 years? since we started Sabbath service?
Like a year and a half.
You know what I'm saying? About a year and a half, and we've gotten up to Genesis chapter 30. All right. So we'll have, of course, the trooper here, Trooper Taziari, is going to be looking to read the Hebrew where we left off with. Of course, everybody that's online and everybody that's in the class, you want to have your phone charged so that you can follow along with us in the Bible Hub app. The Bible Hub app you can find on Android and iOS. Just go to the Play Store or the App Store and look for the Bible Hub app. The first thing you want to do when you click on the app so you can follow along with us is you want to click on where it says interlinear. Interlinear gives you the side-by-side of the Hebrew along with the English.
That's my phone over there. You see it by the
And so again, where we left off with, we finished up to Genesis chapter 30 and verse 7. So we're going to start at verse 8. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm telling you, it's thick today. Go ahead.
Let's see what we get.
Genesis chapter 30, verse 8.
That better.
Make sure that once you know how to pronounce it, say it loud.
Is that better for everybody, guys?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 8. Watamar, Lathamar, Raha, Napa, Salah,
Napathawalia,
Napat, Thalaiwa, Allahim, Na Pa the Lata
Napathalaswa. Sorry, Napathalathia.
Napatalathia.
Yeah.
I'm Hata Ga'am Wa Bakalathia.
There you go.
Wa the Kara Shamawa Na Napata
Napathalia.
Napatalia
Remember that because that's on the test.
Napatalia. Oh, that's a tribe, bro.
Yeah.
Napatalia. Verse 9. Wa ta ra'a la'a ka kaya I mada.
There you go.
I mada ma la da'a maladath wa takoa
Wathaquath.
watakwath ata zapa ata
Zalapa.
sa'apa shaha da'a. I'm missing the last word.
You talking about maidservant?
Yeah.
Shapatha.
Shapatha. Wa the what the ton?
Watathan.
What the ton? Atan ata wa Wayat,
Layaquab.
Wayakwab,
Mm-hmm.
La La Asha,
Mm-hmm.
verse 10. Wa Atala,
What's the lie?
Watalad, Zalpat,
Yeah.
Shapahat,
Mm-hmm.
La'a, Wayakwab,
Layaquab.
Layakwab,
Mm-hmm.
Ban,
Mm-hmm.
verse 11. Watamar,
Mm-hmm.
La'a, Baga,
Mm-hmm.
Ba'a, Ga,
God.
Wa the Kara,
Mm-hmm.
Ata, Shama, Shamawa,
Mm-hmm. Shamawa.
Shamawa, God, God, that's another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gad. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. Wa Tala'at,
Mm-hmm.
Salapa, Shapahat,
Mm-hmm.
La'a, Ban, Shana,
Shanya.
Shanya,
Mm-hmm.
Wayakwab,
Almost. What's the first character?
La,
Not say it.
Layakwab,
Uh-huh.
verse
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Watamar, La'a, Ba'a, Shara,
Mm-hmm.
Ka'ai,
Kaya.
Kaya, Asharan, Asharana,
Asherwanya.
Asharanyo, Asharanya,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Wanya.
Wanya.
Mm-hmm.
I skipped ahead. Sharanya,
Yeah. Right there. The daughters.
uh,
Wife.
Banawath,
Mm-hmm.
Wataka,
Ra'ah.
Wata,
No, you got it right. Wathaqwa Ra'ah.
Watakara,
Mm-hmm.
Ata,
Mm-hmm.
Shama, Shamawa,
Mm-hmm.
Shar,
Ashar. It's another tribe.
Shar.
Starting to introduce a lot of tribes here.
Yeah. That's
At verse 14.
Wa Yalak,
Mm-hmm.
Ra Ban,
Ra'awaban.
Raban, Baman,
Bayamya.
Bayamya,
Mm-hmm.
Katzazar,
Fatazayar.
Kataziar, Ka the
Katayam.
Katayam,
Mm-hmm.
Wa Yataza,
Yeah. Wayamataza.
Wayamataza, the the
It's the Wadayam.
Wadaya Ba Sha Da Bashadan
Bashada.
Bashada Waya Wayaba the A La Mawa
Which one you on?
his mother maybe
Amawa.
Amawa
Mm-hmm.
Watamar
Mm-hmm.
Ra'a
Rakhal.
Rahal
Mm-hmm.
A La'a
Mm-hmm.
Tanai
Tanya.
Tanya Na
Nah.
Na
Mm-hmm.
La'ai
Laya.
Laya Ma Madan
Madawadaya.
Mada Madam what
Madawadaya.
Madawadaya Banat
Mm-hmm.
verse 15
Oh,
No.
we'll switch to English now. Go ahead.
You said what?
Switch to English.
It's going down. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Mixed what?
I don't know, but he has a partnership with Wells Fargo.
Give a damn about that.
You said what?
I don't give a damn about no money.
I don't give a damn about no money either, but boy, the false prophets are out. And everybody gonna be like, see, the man of God, because he got money. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you,
That
bro.
boy T.D. James.
For real, ulterior motive. Like, I'm trying to tell you, took that money from the people and started a business. Now he partnership with Wells Fargo.
Isn't he the one, Slack, isn't he the one that had the wreath put on him by the Jews, fake Jews?
No, man, that was Eddie Long. Eddie Long dead.
Oh.
And they called him the King of Israel and paraded him around. He dead now.
Wow, bro. Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 30 verse 8 and Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed.
Look, verse 8.
Concert.
Well, we just started verse 7. Oh, verse 7 is 7 verses. All right. Hey, man, do me a favor. Start at verse 7.
Don't come. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son.
All right. Let me set the precedence for you. Here you go. Let me set the precedence for you. So, what we have, if we have Jacob has now had to have two wives, right? He has Leah and Rachel.
Mhm.
Rachel's womb was barren. You feel me? So Leah had the first four sons, right? Had the first four sons, right? Reuben, man, who's the second son? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Leah had the first four sons. So then Rachel was getting jealous, and she was like, you know what? Take my maidservant, right? Maidservant, it's Bilhah, right? Bilhah. Take my maidservant, so that way I can say that I've given you something, right? So she gave her, and then she had two more sons, or Bilhah had two more sons. Rachel's maidservant had two more sons, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Had two more sons with Jacob. That's 6 sons now. That's half of the tribes. The tribes of Israel. Half the tribes of Israel. Ooh, Most High in Christ. It's by 2 women. Right? Now so now we're at the part where Bilhah bore Jacob a second son, right? Keep going on.
Verse 8. And Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali.
Naphtali, right? So she's right now. She says she's wrestled with her sister. So right now, her and her sister is trying to pull it, or not her and her sister, just her, because Leia's not doing anything but what she's supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Leia's not in competition. Leia's like, hey, every time I lay with nigga, another baby comes out. You know? she's like, I'm Steph Curry from the field. I don't miss. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? You feel me? And Jacob's like, yeah, me neither. You know what I mean? So Rachel is the jealous one, is the one that has the ill feelings. You know what I mean? Because she can't get pregnant, but now she's talking about I wrestled with my sister and I prevailed. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. When Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Silpah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife.
Right. And she said, okay, so now you want to wrestle with me? Now I go and I give Jacob my maid woman. You feel me? My maid servants. You do what I'm saying?
Right.
So now Jacob has, how many wives does Jacob have?
Is that 3 at this point?
No.
4?
Yeah, he has 4 wives.
Oh, okay.
Jacob has 4 wives now. Right? He has Leah and Rachel, which are sisters, and now he has Zilpah and Bilhah and Zilpah also their maid servants. So now he has 4 wives. What's going on?
Only the maids at this point, at this verse, only the maids gave birth, right?
No.
Or Rebecca and
Leah.
Rachel.
No, Rebecca hasn't given birth to anybody.
Right, but Leah has.
Leah has. Or what I say? Oh, Rachel. Well, I said Rebecca, right? Hey man, all these R's. You know, so Rachel hasn't given birth, but Leah's given 4 sons. Zilpah has given 2, and Bilhah has just given 1.
And all these women are Israelites, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, they're not Israelites. There was no Israel yet.
Okay.
But they are the chosen seed before the chosen nation. Yes. Yeah.
What about left bearing? She can't bear anymore,
Or she's been trying and she hasn't buried any children, but she had just bear 4 children. And if I'm mistaken, she comes back and gives another child. Leah comes back and give another child, right?
Daughter?
Yeah, daughter. Dianaya. I forget how to pronounce her name, but it's like it's not Diane, it's like Dianaya, something like that.
Yeah, we don't like Diane.
Yeah. She comes back and gives another baby. I don't know what the Lord has with Leah, but he was like, yeah, he opened her womb up. You did. That's it. No more questions on this?
Yeah, I had a question.
What's up?
How did that work though? So like
What work?
they was technically in the same house, right? Because it was Laban's crib, right? Or did they?
No, they're not at Laban's
they
crib.
moved out and got their own land. Okay, so
Jacob has his own land.
So each rib got their own. Oh, I guess Rachel has one house, Leah has another, or are they all under one roof?
I mean, if you want to call them houses, but yeah, they have their own tents. They're in the community of tents. Because remember, they also have people there too, like Jacob's maid servants and Jacob's servants, and people to plow the land. And,
right.
So it's not just Jacob and his 4 wives. There are also other people, other families there also.
Okay, so it's like a little community there.
Yeah, basically. Because remember when Abraham gave everything to Isaac, he gave him servants too.
Sound like a cult.
I mean, I don't know what you.
That's a part. It's our culture. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
people get that mixed up. It's like this is different. You know what I mean? It's like dude's got 4 wives, got his own. You know what I mean? Get his own situation. But the reason I bring that up is because I just want to kind of clarify on that process, because if he's with one of them one day and one of them the other day, one thing that we got to make sure that people in the audience know is that it's not like he's having them both at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I thought they would know that.
No, they might not, because they might be still trying to get that whole white man system out of them. You know what I mean? The whole pornography and shit like that. They might, because that's one of the things when people will talk down on the whole multiple wives thing. They're like, "Ew, that's gross. I don't want to see no other woman naked." Why? Well, they already assuming that that's what the situation would be like.
I don't know. I've never encountered that
Shit.
with the multiple wives. I've never encountered that.
Yeah. Or they just uncomfortable with it. Period. But I think that part of the reason why they already have a negative outlook on it is because of that aspect of it. It'll be a part of what makes them dislike it right from the jump.
If any man is telling you and your other wives y'all should have a big orgy together, he's a sexual deviant and he needs to seek counsel and he needs help.
Right.
He needs help. Because there's find me that law in the what's the name about a woman shouldn't see another woman
lying naked with another woman.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a homosexual act.
right.
Just like a man shouldn't see another man naked. It's a homosexual act. I know here in America it makes it look okay. You know what I mean? Because we go to the gym. I'm not talking about like the gym, like I'm talking about like locker rooms when they play football.
Sure.
Everybody dress up and dress. You know what I mean? You dig what I'm saying? That's what it is. But that's weird. You dig what I'm saying? When you go into a shower and there's no stalls, even in prison, that's weird.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But that right there is all that what creates and breeds homosexuals. You know what I mean? We just had a class the other day, right? Because the filthy Roman Empire. Caviar? This boy. We just had a class the other day, the filthy Roman Empire. Right? That's what they did. They had orgies, big orgy parties. Every pagan holiday had some type of orgy deal with it. Easter, Christmas, Lupercalia, the New Year, Janus, worship of Janus. Everything had an orgy party with it. Even when we was watching Spartacus, right? When they had the celebration for what's the name coming into the city, what's his name, Claudius Glaber coming into the city. What did they have? They had a big orgy party.
Yeah.
Where the slaves was having sex with each other and everybody was having sex with each other. And if you was a rich man, you can go have sex with the slaves. You go have sex with this person, that person. It was a big orgy party. You know what I mean? So if any man is telling his wives that they need to have an orgy or need to have, you know what I mean? We all need to have sex together, more than one man, more than one woman. You know what I mean? That is a sexual deviant, and that is against the laws of God. You know, you have multiple wives, not multiple wives at once.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? You got that for me?
You know, I actually found a scripture that's even more exact. Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 18. It says, "Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime." So
Right. Because a woman looking at another woman naked, you know what I mean? That's like homosexuality. You feel me? That's just like a man shouldn't lay with a man as he lay with womankind, and a woman shouldn't lay with a woman as he lay with mankind.
Right.
Those are homosexual acts. You dig what I'm saying? So if you have two women together in the bed with you and y'all are all having a sex orgy, that is all types of wrong and all out of order.
Right. Right. Because
you dig what I'm saying? Because y'all not all married together. You dig what I'm saying? Each woman has their own relationship with that man. That's why it has multiple wives.
Right.
We're not in a big relationship. That's polygamy. You know what I'm saying? That's polygamy. And nowhere does it say in the Bible that women and that the women have to live in the same house with the man. It doesn't say that both women have to share a house with the man. It doesn't say that. You know what I mean? A woman can have her own house and another woman can have her own house, and the man has those are both his cribs. You dig what I'm saying? But they don't have to all live together under one roof. That is not in the Bible.
Right.
What's up?
Nah, you good. You said it.
That's gay.
Hey,
so yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you're forcing her to do something that's gay.
Yeah, find me that other scripture where it says about sisters, about how you can't have that you can't marry you can't marry a sister or a mother or your wife, your husband or your dad's wife because that's not your mother or something like that. Find me that scripture too. I think that's in Leviticus 18 chapter 2 because Taziar was asking me about that.
Yeah, that's what that's.
Yes. Go outside and answer the phone. They probably found your Fideo. Oh.
Damn.
I don't care. Tell them the truth. No, don't tell them you're in the cold, but like so okay, so you believe in the Most High, right? Right? You believe that you're an Israelite. You believe that you're the 12 tribes of Israel, right? You believe you're the chosen people on the earth, right? Okay. What about the people that don't wear anything but they're child molesters? Does he say anything about them? What about the people up there that smoke weed that's illegal, but they just don't wear fringes? Do he say anything about them? Do you smoke weed? Are you a child molester? Do you break any law? Then what's the problem? There is no problem. Just go out there and call him back and see what he wants. He might want to make you a supervisor or something. Like, you know what? Because I know what those fringes are about, and I know you don't steal. I'm going to make you over seven all the stores in San Antonio, and now you're going to make $120 million a month. I don't know. I'm lying.
Wait, what's going on?
His supervisor called him.
About what?
Because yesterday we stopped at his job so he can get his Fideo. But they threw it away. But we were wearing fringes and stuff like that.
You talking about what he's wearing right now?
Nah, basically. But he wasn't wearing the garment. But, I mean, what they gonna say?
So if he said trying to come work, do I say I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Just tell him, oh no, I can't work today. I could probably do something for you tomorrow if you want me to, but I can't. You know what I mean? But I can't work today.
That's cold.
You know, I was looking through chapter 18. I didn't see it.
You said what?
I was looking through chapter 18. I didn't see it.
All right, find me that scripture, man. Let's keep going. Does anybody have any more questions? Do I need to do a class on multiple wives again?
No.
All right. And the history of multiple wives and where it comes from, or the history of monogamy and where it comes from and all that? Because every culture on the planet has multiple wives in it until you get to the so-called the oppressor in Rome. That's because they like having sex with men instead of women, and they just use the women for procreation. Anything else? You feel me? All right, no sweat. Keep reading, huh?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 10. And Silpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son.
Right. So now Leah's maid is bearing Jacob a son. Like, dang, you know what? Jacob don't miss. You know what I'm talking about? He's shooting for threes. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. He
shoot like Steph Curry in the gym. Steve Kerr. I like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is he big shot Ori. Big shot Rob. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And Leah said, a troop cometh, and she called his name Gad.
So now we got Gad coming in. And read that one more time about a troop coming.
And Leah said, a troop cometh, and she called his name Gad.
You want to know something, how spiritual it is about the names of the Israelites? They fired you?
You want me to come early on Monday?
Most High in Christ. I told you. So you want to know how spiritual these names are? Did you find that scripture or no? You're not even looking for it no more?
I was with where I was at in because I noticed that it said something different in Lashon Kodash.
What?
It says, and Leah said, "How fortunate!" So she called his name Gad. It is like the translation doesn't translate to a true comment, or at least maybe if it is, it's these parts here that don't actually have a translation yet. I know we're reading the right Bible. I'm just saying that's
Yeah, it's supposed to be a troop.
when I'm reading the interlinear, it didn't say that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a troop because Gad is a troop, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know when the I'm gonna say Americans, but the so-called oppressor, right? They were the first people. I mean, they were the Gadites. They just conquered the Gadites in the 1930s. You know what I mean? It's a what's his name? Theodore Roosevelt and his Rough Riders to conquer the Gad the tribe of Gad. In the 1930s, they were still fighting against them. They were still fighting against the against the oppressor in the 1930s. You know, like so you look at men like Geronimo. Geronimo was a Gadite, and you see how he fought against them. How he fought against the what's the name? They were excellent in guerrilla warfare. You do. They had to make peace treaties with the so-called Native Americans so they can defeat the Native Americans, because they would could. In the terms of today, our Gadite brothers, they wasn't going, ain't going for it. You know, you know what I'm saying? They was not going for it. You know what I mean? Even back to Battle at Wounded Knee, how that massacre happened. You know what I mean? Because the Gadites was not going for it. Well, they was more what's right is right and what y'all are doing is wrong. So we gonna battle with y'all about it. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yes.
So she's calling them a troop, like a military
Yes.
unit.
Yes, somebody that's not gonna give up. Gad's the troop. You feel me? When you see, remember that day? What was it? Christopher Columbus Day. We was at camp.
Yeah.
And we seen the tribe of Gad out there, and they was walking down.
You talking about when they was dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? Even them, they not going for it. Yeah, y'all can say Christopher Columbus Day, but what they do? Hell no, niggas is Indigenous Peoples Day or whatever. And they, you know what I mean? Coming down, you know what I mean?
That was a moment right there, man.
Yeah.
I remember I was the one that was talking.
They're not playing. They're not going for it. They just not going for it, man. Even with Thanksgiving, all of America celebrates Thanksgiving, right? What do the tribe of Gad keep? Do they keep Thanksgiving? What do they keep, Capiar? No. I knew you was gonna say that because I just said it. What about you, Ayala?
Say it again.
You've been here for 2 Thanksgivings. You've been here for 2 Thanksgivings, 4 Thanksgivings. I done broke it down plenty of times at camp in class.
Yeah.
National Mourning Day. That's their national mourning day. That's their national day of mourning.
Huh.
Y'all should know these things. Y'all should know these things. Is Gad not your brother? Should we know about Gad? We should know these things. You know what I mean? They're not going for it. They're not going for everything that everybody else goes for. I don't think there's Native American people that even celebrate Thanksgiving. Real talk. Because you know how there's some Native American, there's some Hispanic tribes that go with the flow. You know what I mean? African Americans. Good night. You know the Judites go with the flow. You feel me? Well, I don't think Native American I ain't never met a Native American that was like that was cool with it unless he was an oppressor, a $5 Indian. You understand? Mm-hmm. Let's sweat. Let's keep going. We should all be doing. We trying to go out. We trying to go out to the Native American, to the powwows, right, and to the reservations. But we're gonna get there and talk to them about what? What you gonna relate to these people? What you gonna relate to them about? If you don't know anything about what they do and what you know what I mean? Nothing about their history.
Oppression.
Yeah, but I mean, how long are we going to? How long are we going to just come together because of oppression? We come together with oppression, but can we come together and actually figure out a way to come back together?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You dig what I'm saying?
A unity.
Yeah,
You can
unity.
relate to that.
But if we go there and we talk about oppression, 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 they'll be like, yeah, we know we oppressed. How are we the same? You feel me? Okay. Yeah, that's hey, and that's excellent too. That's excellent too. But what about when like with our Hispanic brothers, right? What is the biggest thing? What is the biggest difference? Yeah. Why can't we relate to them like that? Yeah, yeah. Why like what's stopping us with our Hispanic brothers? Exactly, the language barrier. Now we would have learned more Spanish, go out there and speak more Spanish, right? Like our brother Razan Ayash do. Wouldn't that stop a whole bunch of Hispanics in their tracks? They be looking like what? Like I just seen a video with Officer Canuck, right? In the Rio Grande. He's speaking Spanish. And it says when black men speak Spanish, right? I just seen the reel. I just shared it on my Facebook this morning. And it says when black men speak Spanish, and when the Hispanic brothers and sisters see that, they go, oh. So somebody, you know what I mean? He took enough time out to speak to learn my language to be closer to me. Now, what are we going to do for the Native Americans on the reservations? Our Gadite brothers on the reservations. What are we going to do with them?
Go to their powwow.
Yeah, we go to their powwows and we're going to talk about oppression.
No, we talk about the culture. See what they in for. You know what I mean? See what they
So we have to learn more about their history, more about the people and their native, so we can know what to talk about and what to be able to come closer with them about. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
When I go, I'm talking about the National Day of Mourning. They're like, I didn't know y'all knew about that. Yeah, and we're here for that. Y'all ain't by yourselves. You dig what I'm saying? To bring that camaraderie. That's what it's called.
Camaraderie.
Everybody understand that?
Okay.
What's it? You got that scripture?
Which one? In Leviticus? There isn't one in Leviticus that mentions woman lying with woman.
Not woman lying with woman.
Which one are you talking
Talking about the not sleeping with your sister, not sleeping with your sister's sister.
Oh,
And not sleeping with your dad's, with your father's wife.
Yeah, that's all in there. Hold on, let me get back over here.
Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 12. And Silpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. Verse 13. And Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher.
Right. So now that's the two more sons. Well, what we up to? 8 now? Yeah, we up to 8. That's the 8th son, Asher. Happy. Right? That's what Ashar means, right? Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ashar.
Ashar.
You dig what I'm saying? So now he has 8 children by 3 different women. You dig what I'm saying? And they were all not in a big orgy together. I don't know who thinks that, man. That's crazy. Keep going.
Verse 14. And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes.
What are mandrakes? Does anybody know what mandrakes are? You don't know what mandrakes are? Mandrakes is a flower. used in medicine. Yeah, it's used in medicine, and some cultures they use mandrakes. It's a Middle Eastern flower. It's like a date. I'm not talking about like going on a date like movies and stuff. I'm talking about a date like the fruit. You know, you find dates in the Middle East. That's where they're natural to. But a mandrake is a flower, and some cultures use it for like magical purposes. You know what I mean? So like they use it for like potions and shit like that, and things like that in some cultures. You know, y'all know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Witchcraft, but it's actually used in medicine. It's a medication flower. It's not weed. It's not the cannabis flower, where it's like medication like that, but it's used like for medication. Keep going. Oh, that's it. Right?
No, yeah, that was the end. That was the end of 14.
All right. You want to go back to the Hebrew?
Come on, sir.
Oh, snap. Let's call him Kepiar. I imagine. Yeah. You want a full cup right now. You want a full cup, boy.
Ayah Shalom.
Laya Shalom. No, put that in your pocket. Put it down. Blow the shofar.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, please tell me you do it. No, that's a chauffeur.
Officer Kapiyar, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yashala. Yahweh Shem Yashab Bagatah.
You know it's brakathum. Do it over.
Yahweh Shem Yashab Bagatah.
Because there's more than one brother up here. So
Laya Shalom.
Laya Shalom. All right, choppy, we can all see.
All right. So what we're picking up again is chapter 30. We starting at verse 15.
What's up, Amar? Laha. It's like Laha. Hama'aitha? Is it Hama'aitha?
Hamai,
Hamai?
Hamaita, or something like that.
Hama'aitha. Kosak. Atha. Ayashaya.
Ayasha.
Ayasha. Wala Kwath. Gam. Ath. Dawada. Ya. Banaya. Watha Amar. Rakal. Lakan. Yashakab. Imak. Halayala.
Yeah, that's correct. Go ahead.
Okay. Sakath. Dawada Ayas. Like Banak. Verse 16. Wayaba. Yaquil. Man. Hashada. Ba'irab. Watha Taza'a. La'a. Lakora'atha. Thawa. Lakorathawa.
Laqua Ra'athwa.
It's like Raka Ra'athwa. Watha Amma.
Mhm.
Alaya. Sabawa. Sorry. Sabawa. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kaya. Shikar. Shakar?
Shakar.
Shakar. Shakar Thayak. Bada Badawad. Sorry. Badawada Aya.
Mhm.
Banaya.
Banya.
Manya. Sorry. Waya Shakab. Aima. Bala. Bala Yala. Hawa. Verse 17. Waya Shama. It's like Waya Shamai. Allahayim. Al. Laha. Wathahar. Wathalad. Wathalad. Laya Iquab. It's like Laya Iquab. Ban. Kamayasha. Kamayasha.
Mhm.
Verse 18. Watha Amar. La'a.
Mhm.
Nathan. Allahayim. Shakariah.
Mhm.
Ashar. Nathali. It's like Nathaya.
Nathathia.
Nathathia. Shupakathia. Shupakathia.
Mhm.
La'ayashaya. La'ayasha.
Mhm.
Wathakwara. Shamal. Yasha. It's like Yasha. Shakar. Verse 19. Watha'ar. Watha'ar. Watha'ar.
Mhm.
Iwad. La. Wathalad. Wathalad. Ban. Shashaya. Laya Iquab. Verse 20. It's like Watha'amar. La. Zabada. Zabadanaya. Zabadanaya. Alahayim. Athaya. Zabad. Tawab. Ha. Hapa'im.
Mhm.
Yazabalanaya. Yazabanalaya.
Yazabalawanya.
I was like, say that?
Yazabalawanya.
Yazabanalaya. That's an N, isn't it? Yazabanalaya.
Lazabala.
Naya.
Zabalanya. Yeah.
Bananya. Oh. Lananya. Ayashaya. Kaya. Yaladathia. It's like Yaladathia.
Mhm.
Lawa. Shasha.
Mhm.
Banayam. Wathakwara. Ath. Shamayal. Shamayal. Zabalawa. Zabalawa.
Mhm.
21. Wa'akar. Yalada. Bath. Wathakwara.
Mhm.
Ath. Shama. Diana. Diana. That's it. 21. Verse 22.
Hey, go back to 20.
Go back to 20.
What is that word there for husband?
For husband?
Yeah. Where it says my husband?
Yeah.
Ayasha.
So it is. I told you there's no word for husband in Hebrew.
It just means man.
Ayash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no word for husband in Hebrew. It's only man and woman. There's no husband, there's no wife, man, woman. Because the job of a man is to become a what?
A husband.
And the job of a woman is to do what?
A rib.
A woman. A wife.
You feel me? That is the job. Yes.
Asha means man.
Yep.
Ayash.
Ayash.
Sorry. So that's our life goal is to become a husband? Like to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and just be a husband?
Well, I mean, a husband, a brother, a father.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, to become a husband, because when you become a husband, what happens when you get a wife?
You have children.
You what?
You have children.
And what is the first commandment? What's the first thing the Lord told anybody?
Be fruitful.
And multiply. Oh.
How could you sustain a nation if you can't be fruitful and multiply?
Right.
And then when you be fruitful and multiply, what do you teach? What do you teach your kids?
The law, statutes, commandments. And train them up in the way they should go.
It's very simple, right? You teach them their culture, the Lord's culture. You dig what I'm saying? It's very simple. It's not hard. You know what I mean? Nowadays, these men and these women, they grow up to want to be what? Not husbands, not wives. They want to grow up to be rappers and kingpins, and the women want to be strippers and TikTok dancers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is, I mean, you want to be a TikTok influencer and no sweat. There's plenty of people, there's plenty of sisters in the school with TikToks.
Yep.
You think what I'm saying? I seen one the other day with a sister, she was making garments and she was showing off her garments and then she was showing how to make unleavened cake or some stuff, something like that. I don't know what it was. I think it was unleavened cake. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. I was sitting there looking at it like unleavened cake. You know what I'm doing? Like, you dig what I'm saying? But she's not on TikTok dancing, showing off her body and doing things like that. You know what I mean? You dig what I'm saying? There's ways to be feminine and not be a whore. Just like there's ways to be masculine and not be a murderer of thy brother or a drug dealer. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
There's ways to be a man and actually be a man and don't be. You ain't gotta kill everybody to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta have beef with the ops to be a man. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to. You don't have to sleep with every man to be a woman. You don't have to. You don't. It's just that simple. That's what the ISUPK breeds. ISUPK breeds men that don't have to be murderers, that don't have to kill people, that don't have to sell drugs, and don't have, you know what I mean? And breed women that don't have to show their bodies and don't have to be, what would you call it? Promiscuous. Is that a word? That's a good word, right? It's a good word for it. Be promiscuous. You feel me? Showing them how to be mothers and showing men how to be fathers. That's what it is. You dig what I'm saying? Barakataya Hawaii Hawashak for Commander General Yohana for holding on to the truth and raising men that raise other men. You know what I mean? And raise up and then show sisters how to be sisters. You dig what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for us, where would the world be, Tazayar? The world already going to the ish, but if it wasn't for us, there would be no truth on the planet. You do what I'm saying? That's why we have to be professional and hold this to a high esteem. That's why we must be men. You dig what I'm saying? Like Officer Dawada says all the time. You dig what I'm saying? We must be men, not children, not act like kids, and you feel me? We must be men. And that starts with good communication. Caviar.
Good communication.
No,
I'm not good at communication.
Go ahead and go. Let's go to the
I
English.
probably do need some help with that. I probably do need some work on communication.
I'm just joshing with you, bro.
Okay. Verse 15.
We all love Caviar, man.
Oh, there are some things I can work on in communication.
Oh yeah,
there is.
There is.
Way better.
We all need help on some on things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why we all must get counsel.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, verse 15. And she said unto her, it is a small matter that thou hast taken my husband. And it's like,
Yep.
is she meaning like it's a small thing? Like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
or like it's a small
She's
matter?
asking a question.
Oh.
She's asking the question, is it a small thing that you took of my husband? You know what I mean? Because remember, this is Leah speaking to Rachel. And remember, Rachel was the beloved wife, and Leah is not. Leah, no matter how many sons, Leah is not the beloved wife. He only got Leah because Laban snuck her in the room after he was drinking. You know what I mean? And he went into her. So now he can't leave her, right?
Okay.
So he must maintain that woman, and he worked a whole another 7 years for Rachel, right?
Okay.
You understand? So Rachel was the one that he wanted.
I was like, so this is Rachel telling her, like, so
No, this is Leah telling her.
Oh, come on, like
because Reuben went to go get mandrakes. I said mandates. Went to go get mandrakes from the field and brought it back to Leah, his mother. And she said, and then Rachel said unto Leah, you know, I pray thee, give me one of those mandrakes.
Okay. Oh,
You feel me? And she said, and this is what Leah is saying back to Rachel.
this is Leah's plan.
Go ahead.
Come.
Read verse 15 again.
Come, verse 15. And she said unto her, it is a small matter that thou hast taken my husband, and wouldest thou take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, therefore, he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, so you took my husband already. Now my son brings me mandrakes. So you want to take those too. That's basically what she said. And then Rachel told her, well, you give me those mandrakes, then, you know what I mean? Your husband will lay with you tonight. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't been laying with her, basically. You know what I mean? Been laying with Rachel. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come, verse 16. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him, and said, thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes.
Women don't talk like that no more. Come in unto me, huh? Yeah, so I don't know. I know what it means, but so they don't talk like that no more.
I'm just laughing. That sounded like 50.
It's not pimping. It's just like Rachel probably needed a day off from Jacob anyway. You know what I mean? So she was like, look, you can have them tonight. Give me the mandrakes. Remember, mandrakes are more than just a flower. They're made for medicine and herbs and things like that. So what if she wanted some mandrake tea? You know, give me some mandrakes. She ain't got no son to go pick no mandrakes for her. She don't. Rachel don't have no son. Leah got 6. You know, so and a daughter. You feel me? Like, data. Like, you feel me? What's up, Tazier? You had your hand raised?
I was going to ask why she needed those medicine.
Yeah, it's medicine. You know what I mean? Herbs. You feel me? Maybe it tastes good in tea or something. You know what I mean? It's a flower. You know what I mean? You know, flowers are more than just looking beautiful and smelling great. You dig what I'm saying? The flowers are made for more than that. Plants are made for more than that. You feel me? Trees are made for more than just paper. I know what the white man uses it for. I'm sorry. I know what the oppressor uses it for. You dig what I'm saying? But it's used for more than just that. You know what I mean? Marijuana is used for more than just smoking weed to get high. You know what I mean? Actually, medicinal purposes for marijuana. Like for people with cancer, they use marijuana to help with the chemotherapy and the nausea from chemotherapy. You know what I mean? Some of those people that are doing chemotherapy and have cancer, they wouldn't even eat if it wasn't for marijuana. The marijuana plant, the cannabis plant. You know what I mean? So they use edibles and to make themselves feel better. You know what I mean? You didn't know that, right? You didn't know that. You know what I mean? Yes.
I was reading a history on mandrakes, so that's supposed to help fertility back in the day.
Fertility.
It says a long history of medicinal use, and one of the oldest and common uses was as fertility aid.
Huh. See? She was trying to get pregnant.
That's
So she needed some mandrakes. Why I keep saying that? Why I keep saying mandates, bro? She needs some mandrakes. You dig what I'm talking about? I was thinking medicine, but they do have medicinal purposes also. Fertility. You feel me? She was trying to be fertile. She needed some kids, boy. You know, so maybe it works. Who knows? You dig what I'm saying? You understand though? I think it was working for Leia. It was working for Leia already. You know, so she was eating the mandate when she had 6 sons and a daughter. Ooh-wee. More than half of the children of Israel came from Leia. If it weren't for Leia, we'd have 6 tribes, except 5 tribes. We'd be the 5 tribes of Israel. Is there anything else? Everybody good? Let's keep going.
Okay. And he lay with her that night. Oh,
Wait, no, we're not there.
okay.
Just start at 16 again.
Coming up, verse 16. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him,
Right?
and said, Thou must come in unto me.
Thou shalt come in unto me. Go ahead.
For surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes.
Is it surely what?
I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes.
Right. She gave the mandrakes and got hired. You know what I mean? That's your job now, boy. Take care of this. That's what she said. Go ahead.
Okay. And he lay with her that night. Verse 17. And God hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived, and bare Jacob the 5th son.
Okay, so now we up to the damn. I just skipped ahead. When I was telling y'all what I was telling y'all, I skipped ahead. Go ahead, my bad.
Verse 18. And Leah said, God hath given me my hire.
Stop. Who do y'all think this 5th son of Leah is? Who do y'all think? It's Isupk. My hire. You know what I mean? Isupk is he's hired. You know what I'm talking about? Everywhere, all over the Americas. Isupk is hired because he put that work in. So why come? So y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know what Isupk meant. I got an officer 50 here.
Hire?
And I have a trooper that's studying for the test. And y'all didn't know what that meant?
This car means hire?
Isupk means employee?
Yeah, or hired. So y'all didn't know y'all didn't know that? Come on now, yo. We need to know these things. We're in San Antonio, right? Where else has the biggest Hispanic or Mexican population other than
California,
nope. California, Texas about even.
maybe Rio Grande.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like we're in Texas. We're 2 hours away from the border. We're 2 hours away from the border going south, an hour away from the border going west. You know what I mean? Like, we're right here. Like, we're it. We're it. When they come across the border from Nuevo Laredo and come across the border, Eagle Pass is like an hour or what?
That's like 2 hours.
That's like 2 hours. You know what I mean? And when they come across from Del Rio from Acuna, Dad, Mexico, right? We're the first that they get to see. And then they have what's the name down the Rio Grande. I forgot what border cities over there in Mexico. In the Rio Grande. But they come across there, they got Officer Canuck and Officer Yashikar. He's in Mexico, you know what I mean? So we're it. We need to know more about this Hispanic history and the Mexican history, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's our job. You dig what I'm saying? So how can you tell the Mexicans they're Isupk, right? And they'll be like, Isupk, Yashikar, what that mean? Oh. You dig what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have to be. We have to know these things. That's why Officer Dawada said his phone's not ringing enough.
Right. That's right.
And that's another spiritual moment right there. Hired Isupk, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. Because Isupk do the work. Issachar's a hard worker. We know that, right? You feel me? I'm not finna get on the skyscrapers, bro. I'm scared of heights. But you know who's not scared? My Isupk brothers. They're not scared to get up on that roof and hammer them nails in. You dig what I'm saying? Look, I don't mean to be getting on y'all like this, but somebody has to get on y'all like this. We're in the land of Mexico, basically. This is when we go down there to the Alamo and we talk about how the Mexicans came up and fought for the freedom for the slavery that was happening in the Alamo. We're in this is Mexico. We're in Mexico, basically.
Right.
And we don't even know. We tell the Mexicans that they Isupk, and we don't even know what the word Isupk means. It's not strange. We just read about. We ain't read about Zebulon yet. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. I keep skipping ahead, man. Go ahead.
Because I have given my maidens to my husband, and she called his name Isupk. Verse 19. And Leah conceived again, and bare Jacob the sixth son. Verse 20. And Leah said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him six sons. And she called his name
Stop. Anybody? I know you know already. Taziar. What's coming? Who's coming? Yeah. Why? Five, 4, 3.
Because he's a gift. It was a gift.
Is that what Zebulon means? I'm talking to a Zebulonite. Zebulonite. Is it? Can I say that? Is it Zebulonite?
Yeah.
So you don't know what your tribe means. What about you?
I was reading what dowry means.
What does Zebulon mean? What about you, Ayalawan? What does Zebulon mean?
According to our studies, it's no, not my dwelling. Yeah, my dwelling.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not what it was?
Zebulon?
Yeah.
You tell me. You the Zebulon.
The actual name itself means exalted. That's what the name of Zebulon actually means.
Why was it exalted?
because it was like when you read the verse and it says that God hath endued me with a good dowry,
Mm-hmm.
that it puts her, like she feels like it then puts her above Rachel as his wife, like it puts her in a higher status, like an exalted status.
6 sons,
Yeah.
because thou hast borne him 6 sons. She called him names of Balawan, exalted, because he was happy to lay with her and give her that sixth son. Okay, you got that?
Salt.
No, you don't get it. If a woman gave you 6 sons, right, and you know that the sons is how your name is being reputed in the earth. That boy got 6 sons. Like Captain Johnson, I got four sons. Is it 4? Captain Johnson, I got 4 sons, right?
Mhm.
Let's say I'm not. I don't want to say that. Let's say when Cap gets old, right? Old and you know when you get old, you can't see, you walk, right? Cap got 6 sons, and all of them are in the truth. They're mighty men in the truth, right? Wouldn't that be a good praise for him and for his wife? You dig what I'm saying? So Leah gave the baby 6 sons. I mean, gave Jacob 6 sons. You feel me? She feels like she's exalted. You know what I mean? Because she gave Jacob 6 sons. 6. How many tribes do we have? That's half the tribes came from one woman.
Mhm.
She should feel exalted at that point, and that's what the name Zebulon means.
Salt.
Does that make sense? Does it make sense?
She was happy.
She's happy. She's ecstatic. Yeah. Give me the definition for exalted, somebody.
Salted?
Exalted. EXHAULTDED. Exalted.
Exalted means.
Spelling bee.
I have the definition here.
Go ahead.
It says to lift, to carry support, to sustain and endure. Let me see what else we got. To support, to aid. Let me see.
What?
To lift up oneself, exalt oneself. Oh, that's the same thing. Let me see if there's a root word.
Exalt.
Yeah, it means to lift up. Basically, the most basic definition.
Oh, I got this definition.
What?
This is of a person or their rank or status placed at a high or powerful level, held in high regard.
You dig what I'm saying? Felt like she was held in high regard. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Segment.
Go ahead.
The second one says, in a state of extreme happiness.
Like she was extremely happy. Yeah, at the time. You feel me? As you like Zebulon. It's a Balawan. Which is your tribe, huh? All right. If you don't ask the questions, you will never know. So when we're in class, right? And I'm asking, y'all got any questions?
Can I?
And nobody
explain?
says yes.
If I could. Zebulon means to exalt, right? So when you read that verse and it says, and Leah said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me. Look up the word dwell. In the Bible Hub app, the word zabal means to exalt, to dwell exaltedly. So the name Zabalawan means exalted, but it also means my dwelling because it's the same thing. That's what the definition of dwelling is. Zabal means to exalt and to honor. So that's why I said my dwelling, because it's
an honorable thing.
It's the same thing
for a man to lay with his wife. It's honorable. especially if she wasn't, she's not the wife that, not the liked wife. What can I say? Liked, preferred. You do what I'm saying? Because remember, Rachel was supposed to be his wife. He got Leah on a technicality.
Yeah.
You feel me? But then Leah ended up bearing the most of his children.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So she's exalted. She's happy that her husband came and laid with her and gave her 6 sons.
And that God blessed her more than everyone else, like all the other women.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand?
I get it. See, like, that's what she reached a higher level.
At that moment, yeah. She was like 6 sons, man.
Exactly.
I think you should love me. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta love you. You got 6 of my children. 7 of my children, 6 of my sons.
Yeah.
You understand that? We have to know these things, because when we go out there to camp, when we go out there to teach, you feel me? Those people are looking at us like we know everything. Those people are looking at us like we can give them something that nobody else can give them. You dig what I'm saying? Because we can give them something that nobody else can give them, and that's their identity. Their true identity. You go to the Christian church, they're gonna tell them that you're Hamites. That's what they're gonna tell them. You do what I'm saying? They're gonna tell them that they're Hamites. They come to us, we tell them, nah, you're the Lord's chosen people. You do what I'm saying? All right, no sweat. All right. Ask them questions. Ask them questions. Ask them questions. Like when you going through them names, when you go through the names of them nations, don't be afraid to call Ayalawan and call myself and call Officer Dawada. Don't be afraid to ask, hey, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to call Capiar. It's like, sir, so when it's talking about, so you know what I mean, this name and that name, and you know what I mean, don't be afraid to call. That's what we're here for. You dig what I'm saying? No sweat. Keep going, Capiar.
Okay. You need a good dowry.
Should be on verse like 20, 19 maybe.
Verse 20. And Leah said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons, and he called his name Zebulun. Verse 21. And afterwards she bare a daughter, and called her name Dinah. Or Dinah?
Dinah. It could be Dina. I don't know. Dinah. I like Dinah. Dinah probably kind of hot right there. That's a nice name. Dinah.
Diana.
That's
I'm
in
looking at the
in Hebrew?
That's Diana.
Yeah, Dinah. Diana.
Yeah, that's kind of hot right there. What that name? Do it say what the name means? Because it don't say nothing right here.
It means judgment.
Oh.
Daughter
shit.
of Jacob by Leah, full sister of Simeon and Levi.
Judgment.
Origin is from the word judgment, which means Dayan.
All right.
It's like, did she ever get married?
Yeah, she got married. Did she get married? I know. I think it's Simeon. No, it's not Simeon.
Because that's his sister.
Which one raped her? One of them raped her.
Huh?
But I know Simeon was the one that started tripping with him.
Oh, snap. Oh, you're talking about
One
when
of the-
we
one-
went to war over that?
Yeah, one of the brothers raped her, and Simeon got to tripping with one of his half brothers. One of his brothers just got to tripping with him. They got the beefing and shit.
Like one of the tribes of Israel?
Yes. Yeah,
Damn.
we get into that. We're gonna get into that story.
No, it says Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, saw her, took her, and lay with her and defiled her. So it was Genesis 34 where that happens.
The son of Hittite?
No, it says Hivite.
Also, it was a heathen that lived with her.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's why. Oh,
I remember somebody raped her, and Simeon got the tripping, right?
Yeah.
Simeon and Reuben. Simeon and Reuben was the two that went off and killed them at nighttime. You feel me? Went through the village, right? Damn.
That's gonna be a hell of a chapter, to read.
Right? It's Simeon and Reuben. Yeah, Simeon and Reuben started tripping. I was like, yeah. When I was reading the story, I was like, yeah, somebody could, yeah, at least somebody could be tripping about it.
Oh.
You feel me? Them two brothers right there, them two oldest. You know what I mean? Yeah. The two oldest was like, yeah. Oh, you gonna do that to my little sis, bro? Oh, we on. You know, the game time. You feel me? That's the end of chapter 21.
Okay.
Mark it.
Oh, that's right. Oh. So 22.
Yeah, 22 is where we start. Yeah.
At this point is Reuben, Levi,
No. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Naphtali. I don't think Dan is there. Yeah, Naphtali, Gad, Asher. So it's Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulon, and Dinah. So it's 9 boys right now. I think next one is going to be Dan. Next is going to be Dan.
Here's verse 6.
No, Dan not verse 6.
Verse 6.
Verse 6 is Gad. Oh, it is Dan.
Huh?
Just 34 is gonna be lit.
Chapter 34,
Each
verse
one of-
34.
each one of the names, the meaning of the name describes how their tribes conduct themselves.
Not how they conduct themselves, but it just there's some spiritual, some spiritual about it at the time what was going on. And Dan is in here. So it's Naphtali, Dan, Gad, Naphtali, Dan, Gad. So we had 10 sons. Who are we missing? I know we missing Joseph. Joseph's that last one. Joseph's the youngest. Benjamin and Joseph. Benjamin and Joseph are the two youngest.
There was more than 12, right?
Yeah. Benjamin. Nah, Dan dies off, and then Joseph splits into Manasseh and Ephraim. Because those are his two sons. And those are the ones that because Joseph was the youngest, that's the one that Jacob loved the most. And they was jealous of him, and they all threw him. They gave Joseph away in slavery. And Joseph went to Egypt and became second in command of Egypt. And that's when the famine came, and they all fled to Egypt and Manasseh.
Those were Jacob's sons.
Those are Jacob's grandsons. Those are Joseph's sons.
Joseph,
Yep.
So who is Joseph?
Joseph is the youngest son.
No, but who is he like that now?
Manasseh and Ephraim. Cuban and Puerto Ricans.
No, that's what I was asking. So Joseph didn't get his inheritance when
Joseph's inheritance went to his sons, like everybody else's inheritance went to. That makes sense?
yeah, he didn't get his own.
Yeah, his inheritance went to his sons because Jacob was the second in command of Egypt. Did I say that right? Joseph was the second in command of Egypt. Joseph was the whole reason why all the other tribes had safe haven in Gilgesh.
Right.
Is it Gilgesh or Gishon? It's Gishon.
Like the oldest, like the vice president.
Yeah, basically vice pharaoh. but the only reason why he got it because he was able to interpret the pharaoh's dreams and shit like that.
I understand.
Any other questions in the room? Yes.
So what was their tribe of Joseph?
Because his inheritance,
Yeah, that's not
yeah, because his inheritance in tribe of Joseph went to his children, his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Joseph died a rich man in Egypt. Joseph didn't go into captivity with the rest. Well, I'm not going to say go in captivity, but Joseph died a rich man in Egypt. Joseph died a famous man in Egypt. There's like documentaries of today where Joseph gave like rings to his council or his what would you call it, like his servants, and they're finding those rings today in Egypt. Like Joseph was like a very important guy in Egypt. That's why in Exodus it says a Pharaoh came that knew not Joseph, and that's why they started putting the hammer down on Israelites in Egypt because the Pharaoh didn't know Joseph. You understand that? No problems? Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah. The first 5 books are something else, man. Now, like after all the tribes are introduced, then you're gonna start getting into what happens. You know what I mean? And it's gonna you gonna when you see what happens, you're like, damn, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You go like a lot of stuff was happening back then. You like, wow. You know what I mean? Jacob's name get changed to Israel. And they sell off Joseph to the Arabs, and the Arabs sell him to Egypt. And then, you know what I mean? It's a whole story that goes along with this. You need to be doing what Caviar is doing.
It's like this story's good. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
I'm sorry, but
Real talk. When y'all get some time, just read that one, like, and just read over it. You feel me? You're gonna be like, damn, you're gonna have lots of questions.
Yeah.
like he's telling everybody like, if you want her, I don't want to spoil it because we probably gonna read it.
It's gonna
I just didn't know that their name. Like,
They-
that's why I asked you earlier. If the name, like when we were.
The names mean something?
About Isupk
Yeah.
and him being a higher than I. Because I thought my coworker, Mexican is good. And then
Yeah.
about Native Americans, about the troop.
About Gad, yeah, they were the
troop. I know a little bit about the history. They were real
warriors. They're warriors. They don't play that shit. They don't play that.
That died and surrendered.
Yeah, they don't play that.
Yeah, the
Didn't know that.
the Native American men would grow up hunting and would be able to run all day without stopping for a short breath. You know what I mean? To be able to have that kind of cardio means that they can do all kinds of stuff, athletic wise. You know what I'm saying? The Aztec Empire was the largest because of the hard work of Isupk. While Zebulon was also really good, Zebulon was more working smart, not hard. Aztec were just hard workers. So,
and it gets more until in Genesis 49 when Jacob gathers all the kids together and he tells them about what they're going to be in the last days. It gets more in depth about Zebulon, about being the haven of the sea. You know what I mean? That's the thing about the Panama Canal. You know what I mean? Like right there, y'all are on the ocean, basically. And the Panama Canal was built so the people was able to go through Central America and go through the Gulf of Mexico and stuff like that, instead of having to go all the way to the bottom of South America and come all the way back up.
Yeah.
That's why the Panama Canal was the haven of the sea.
Mhm.
Center of commerce.
Huh?
That became the new center of commerce.
Yeah.
Instead of-
Wasn't there just not too long ago a ship got stuck in that canal?
Hell yeah, because the Lord ain't
And they
playing.
like put the whole world on pause because it was like stuck, so nothing could get through. All the
Mhm.
economy started to crash. Like that's how important that place is.
Yeah, the haven of the sea.
I forgot
Bro.
when that was made.
And-
Which president ordered that to be made?
I have no idea.
Roosevelt or something.
And then even back then when we were in Israel, Naphtali was right there on the ocean. So when somebody came from the ocean and tried to attack Israel, who would think was the first defense of it? Was the first defense of mainland Israel.
That's why you got to read some of them books we'd be keeping in there. We have a book, Conquest of the New Indies, or the one by Cortez's right-hand man, the one that we have there from the 1500s. And he says that when he pulled up to
Lost tribes
Campeche,
of
which was
promised
the
land.
north part of Zebulon, or north part of what became the Mayan territory, that the people that were there would ask the white people that came on boats, he said, pointing in the direction of where the sun rises. He said, do y'all come from where the sun rises? And when they said yes, they attacked them. You know what I'm saying? And drove them off. So the first few voyages into Central and South America were failures. Esau was getting torn up by us. We would pretend to be friends with them and then come in and just start attacking them, and they would barely escape alive, you know.
Real talk. Because that was after Columbus.
Yeah, no, before Columbus. This was before Columbus. Because then they kept trying. Eventually, they worked their way in with sneakiness, but them tribes was not playing at first because we knew where they came from. We came from the east.
No, bro, that was after Columbus.
When did Columbus get there?
1492.
We didn't play no games with them.
Yeah, it was after Columbus. This dude. You know, so it was after Columbus because they knew about because when Columbus came, he started sending Arawak Indians and stuff over there, and he started killing natives on the first day. Remember? And then they had knew about that in the mainland. So when they was coming in through the ocean. They were skipping past Puerto Rico and the Caribbean and all that. They were skipping past that. And they were trying to come to mainland.
The book was published in the 1500s, but the account was reaching far back because the guy was old when he wrote it. So it was around that same time. I'm not sure if it was before or after, but it definitely was one of the first interactions where we were just fighting them and we didn't like it.
It was after Columbus.
No, I'm telling you, it was before that.
There's no touching here before Columbus.
I'm telling you,
When there was no touching here before Columbus. There was no touching here before Columbus. The Vikings came here, but then the Vikings got destroyed. But that was like in Canada or some shit. There was no touching here before Columbus.
They thought they were demons.
Yeah. All right, let's finish off. You ready?
Okay.
Amashim?
Laya Shala.
Laya Shala. All right, with that, a Majum, Sar, which means to turn. Hanyak Dum, which means to face the east. We're going to finish off with the Lord's Prayer and the Lashma Kodash. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Ratzazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Thunanawa, Lachum, Kal, Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakhnau,
Wasalakhnau,
Kabawathnau,
Kabawathnau,
Kasalakhnau,
Kasalakhnau,
Kabawathinau,
Kabawathinau,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Tabi'ainau,
Tabi'ainau,
Banasayawan,
Banasayawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashainau,
Haishainau,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rad,
Rad,
Hayat,
Hayat,
Laka,
Laka,
Amalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Wahala,
Wahala,
Wataparat,
Wataparat,
I will love you.
La'alamin,
Amen.
Amen. Our Father,
Which
art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth,
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us
Deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Wait. Hurry up, Archie. Are we going to salute the scrolls? All right. Go back inside.
Crazy.
Help you out.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Y'all about to see y'all start breaking up.
Ya başım aşağı bırak ya. Ya başım aşağı bırak ya.
Is it good?
Tamam işte.
Oh, fine.
All right. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel. Amadu Shabbat. Imajim. Barak.
Ya başım aşağı bırak ya.
Yadim Matah. All right, sisters, we can stand up. We're going to turn to the sisters. Face the sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel. Amadu Shabbat. Imajim. Barak.
Yahushua başım aşağı.
Yadim Matah. Class dismissed.